Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet, and I'm very happy that you're here. This is actually episode 30 of my little crochet podcast, and at this stage we are only 32 subscribers off 2,000. That's just insane. So thank you. If you're not subscribed but you've been watching me, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Before I get into this week's video, I do want to say a very big thank you to Annie at Lily's Loops. Annie is one of my lovely subscribers, and she is participating in our year of Granny Squares CAL. And after Thursday night's video, she very kindly bought me a coffee, and I really appreciate it, Annie. So thank you very much. Now, this week I have all finished objects. I was thinking I don't actually have any whips at all. However, I do still have the Gift of Christmas CAL that I'm doing. So that's just going to be an ongoing thing. I have so many other things on the go that, I'm going to have to play catch up big time with that, I think. So, but I do have 5 finished items to show you, which just sounds like so much. A couple of them were, big enough projects, but I also did finish off my little baby blanket that I was working on. So I'll be able to show you that. If you want to hang around towards the end of the video, I am going to go through some of my patterns that I have bought and have not worked on yet. Although I do have one finished one, which I'm very excited to show you. Actually, you've already seen it on the thumbnail, but I want to give you a little bit of a better look at it. But I am, I know I'm not the only one here, but I am notoriously bad for purchasing patterns and then not doing anything with them. So I am determined to, whilst I'm on this pattern ban, having said that, Annie did say in her comment that I could either buy a coffee or buy a pattern. So Annie has given me permission to break my ban. So thanks again, Annie. But now I've lost my train of thought. Patterns, yes, but I'm determined to start working through some of these patterns that I've purchased. So I have printed most of them out because I would prefer to work from a physical pattern rather than on the iPad or something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm determined to start to work through them anyway, and don't even get me started on my books and magazines. So I need to really be sensible. So anyway, let's get into what I finished this week. Okay, so let's go with our finished items. Now, last week I was showing you this little guy, patterned by Louis and Berg. I think they're pretty much everywhere at the moment, the old hatching chicks, but they are so adorable. Now, during the week I made more. So I have this little grey guy. He is super cute. Just little embroidered dots there for eyes, I guess, because issues with the safety eyes, and I didn't really want to have safety eyes in there anyway. So I made that guy, and then I made this little one, and I gave her more just flat, like eyes as if she's asleep, I guess, as if she's sleeping. Got her little beak there and the same faux fur there for the top. So absolutely love those. Love the pattern, really enjoyed them. I actually listed these two in my Etsy store, and I've also set up a custom listing, and people can choose what colour they'd like to have their chick. And I have the options of this colour, a light brown, or kind of like a white faux fur or fluffy yarn for the top. And I mean, people can have even different colour shells if they like, but but these do look good. So I finished those guys. Absolutely love them. They're so, and they're, you know, they're quick to work up as well. So even better if you ask me. Now, if you've been here before, you would know that I was working on a blanket from 2 cakes of yarn that I got from Lincraft here in Australia. And I was originally just drawn to the colour palette of these. Now I did cut the yarn and change colour rather than, yeah, because I just wasn't happy to have it change halfway around a row basically. So I did that. So I do have some little bits of leftovers, but that's all I have left over from 2 cakes. Now I did have to adjust the border. I had hoped to do some kind of a bobble edging on it, and I was at least one side all the way around doing a little bit of a bobble edging, and then I realized that I was kidding myself. There was no way I was going to have enough yarn to complete the border. So I frogged it, and then I have just done a very basic half double crochet all the way around. I've popped on one of my little tags there. It does need some blocking, but I think it's really, really quite pretty. It's a good size for like a pram blanket or, you know, in the car, something like that. Yeah, but I love the colours. I absolutely love them. So once I get that sorted, that will also get listed in my Etsy store. I'm very proud of myself because after neglecting my little Etsy store for so long, I've given it a bit more love. So it's fairly stocked at the moment. So yeah, but I was glad to have that one. This was mostly my little project at work, so because I didn't have to think about it. So, but I'm very glad to have that one done. There we go. What will I show you next? Okay, now somewhere in my house I have a few more patterns printed that I'd purchased from my Etsy store, including this little, now I can't remember his name. He has a name, but this is by the Crochet Code, I believe, on an Australian designer, and I absolutely love him. I've never made a spider before, and I make a lot of dolls and things that would, you know, be considered more feminine, let's say. But I want to start doing some things like snakes and rats and possums and things like that. So first time doing this guy, it was actually very, very easy. I mean, you know, the little legs are slightly fiddly, but you do crochet them in, and it's, yeah, not complicated at all. So I did really enjoy that one. I bought a few patterns from Crochet Code actually, so I wish I knew where they were so I could show you, but I can probably pop them on the screen. There's a larger spider, and also I got a dragon one as well, so which looks really fun. So I do hope to soon be able to have a go at those, but I was really happy with this little guy. So yeah, I got him done. Now I will show you, I'll leave the Nautical November until the end of my finished objects. So now I'll get to my dragon. Now I mentioned in last week's video about Red Mills Crochet, very well known for dragon patterns. She has a number of dragon patterns, and I think I mentioned that I bought a pattern pack. So that was for 4 different dragons, and yesterday I decided to make Baby Darling. So yeah, or Darling Baby, sorry, Darling Baby Dragon. So this is the one I chose to make. And yeah, so I started yesterday and then I finished off this morning, and I'm very, very happy with her. She is adorable. Her little face, she's having a little sleep. The pattern has spikes in it, 3 spikes I believe, but I decided I wanted to do the faux fur. Some of her other dragons have that and I just prefer that look, so that's what I chose to do. And I had a little bit of trouble with the tail, so I just sort of winged that myself, but it does look similar to what's in the pattern. I used Scarly Teddy Bakery yarn for this, an Australian brand, and it's very, very soft. I did, because I've used it before, I felt like it was a little bit sheddy, not much, but a little bit sheddy than the last time that I used it. But I do think it looks really good. It came up a treat. I used, I don't have it with me. Yes, I do. I used this Modavira faux fur for the accents there, and that is just from Spotlight. It's 100% polyester, but I think it works really well. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making the head and the body are separate. You sew them together. There is a lot of sewing in this pattern, so if you are not a fan of sewing, then perhaps it's not for you. But yeah, the ears, the horns, the 2 parts, the legs are in 2 parts. You have this here, and then the foot, the thigh and the foot, that's what it's called. Yeah, but I mean, I don't mind sewing, but this was quite, it was a bit fiddly. Yeah, it was a bit fiddly. So, but I am very, very happy with the outcome. Yeah, so I'm going to sell this gal, I think. So I first need to price her, work out what I'm going to sell her for, and then I will pop her in my Etsy store. But it's my first dragon ever, which is very surprising because they've been all the rage for so long. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how she turned out. So yeah, and I would very much like to make the biggest dragon, which is Winnie from Red Mills Crochet, and I'll show you that pattern at the end. However, she's big. She's really big, so I would need to make sure that I'm, you know, in the mood for that, I guess. So, but anyway, darling baby turned out very, very well, and I'm very happy for my first ever dragon. Now that brings us to my final finished object for the week, and this was for Nautical November 2024, which is a little crochet along for the month of November, being hosted by 3 of my favorite little YouTubers here, that being Lee from Lee Mac, Pamela from Ginger Crochet, and Cassandra from Craftably Ever After. So those lovely ladies got together and decided to run a CAL for this month. Now, obviously the theme's nautical. They did have, they've each read out a particular children's poem on their channels. And that, you know, I think it's centered around Pirate Pete. So, but that gives you lots of ideas if you're struggling to come up with something. But the theme, the nautical theme, is quite vast, and there are a lot of different things that you could choose to create. So I actually chose to make a mermaid, and I used one of the free patterns that I had mentioned in my video last week, which was 30 free amigurumi and plushy patterns. Now this was by the Friendly Red Fox, and yeah, I'm very, very happy with how she turned out. So there you go. I've only ever made one mermaid previously, and you know, this is a lovely free pattern. I didn't, the yarn that I ended up using for the body would not have been my first choice, but I didn't have another suitable colour, so I just went with it. And you know, a lot of people have pink hair these days, so I thought, let's give her pink hair. I used Premier Basics Chenille Brights in the pink and the green, and I'm not sure what the white colour is called, but yeah, it's basically white. For her little top here, I'm not sure how well it's coming up here, but also for the little flower there, I used a beautiful hand-dyed yarn that I have had for some time. This is by Squiggle Yarn Co, I believe, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I chose to make her little top in that. Obviously embroidered her little face on there, but yeah, I think she's super, super cute, and she most certainly fits in with the theme of Nautical November. So that is my entry. And now the ladies, you should check out their channels if you don't already follow them. They've each made a number of makes each, and they're all amazing. So go and check that out. As I said, I think I have my next one planned. It's nothing too fancy, but I do think it's going to turn out quite well, so stick around to see that one next week. But yeah, she was my final finished object for the week, but she is going to be being listed in my Etsy store as well. So, but yeah, absolutely love the outcome there. Again, pretty productive, considering, you know, I work every day except Wednesdays when I have my grandson, but I'm very much working on that day as well. But yeah, that was fun. Now, if you're interested, I know that some people were interested in, I guess, knowing what patterns I had accumulated, let's say. So I'm just going to give you a quick little run through there, and perhaps you'll see what makes are hopefully coming in the future. So other than this is Darling Baby that I have already showed you and made this week. I also grabbed in that pattern pack Sleeping Baby, which is just the larger size of what I just created, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Again, a lot of work. The patterns, as you can see, there's a lot of pages here. The patterns are very thorough. I think there's the odd little typo in there, but you know, especially if you are a fairly experienced crocheter, you'll have no problem with these. As I said, I really did enjoy it. The only part, I don't know, maybe, even though I don't mind sewing, just in an effort to make it quicker, I wouldn't mind a pattern perhaps where the limbs are crocheted in or something like that, but we'll see. I'll have a break from her, and then, you know, I will definitely be making more though at some point. Now, also by Red Mills Crochet, this is Winnie. Now, she's the one that I really want to make, but as I said, she's big. The tail alone is huge. You can probably see it a little better in some of the tester pictures there, but yeah, she's a big gal. So not only would I need a lot of yarn in the same color, I would also need time, and I really do find working on the bigger projects, I really do feel it in my arms, and sometimes, not usually, but sometimes my wrists. So I need to listen to my body and not go overboard. But anyway, moving on. Now there is another pattern, sorry, before I move on, there is another pattern that came in that pack. It's a different style of dragon. It's some kind of a chubby dragon, I think, from memory, but I'm not sure that I will make that, so I didn't print that one, but I still have access to it if I choose to. Now moving on, a designer that I'm very familiar with, and that is Chantal at Humble Child Co. And I bought these a little while ago, I believe, but that is Hugo. So there's baby Hugo and big guy Hugo. So yeah, really absolutely gorgeous humpback whales. So yeah, look at that. I really want to make one of these. I'm yet to make Anchor. I still really want to make Anchor, and I will get there, but I'm also maybe just waiting till the pattern goes on sale. But yeah, this one I'm very keen, very keen to make those guys. So again, there's a lot of pages in here, so obviously not best for the environment, but a lot of instruction, which is good for me. So there's those. Now again, now this is a very thorough and detailed pattern, and this is the Twinkle Fairies by Riley at Pocketful of Posies. Now I have pattern tested for Riley before. She's awesome. She's a lot of fun, and yeah, she's just a lovely lady. Now there are a lot of different options. As you can see here, there are 4 different hairstyles there. Now, although the skirts look fairly similar at first glance, but the skirts are actually different options as well. So you choose what outfit you want, you choose what hairstyle you want, etc. Anyway, you can be very creative there, and I know how Riley writes her patterns, so as I said, they're very thorough. So I wanted to grab that pattern as well, because I would like to make a few of those to pop in my Etsy store before Christmas, and possibly even gift as well. Now, I also, a while ago now, Madeline Mako had a huge sale, so I went a little bit nuts and I bought a number of her patterns. So we've got the chicken, we have got the donkey, got the pig, we have the mallard duck, mermaid. Now, in all honesty, I forgot that I even had that pattern until I went into my Etsy account and decided to download and print some of these. So I have another mermaid pattern, which also looks fabulous. Still Madeline Mako. We have this astronaut. Now that's actually quite similar to the astronaut pattern that I shared in last week's video. But yeah, either way, very cute, would work up really quickly. So, and these patterns were very inexpensive. Like, yeah, they were almost free. They were very cheap. So there's a heap there to choose from. Now, actually this is kind of all one. There are more there, but they are patterns that I have made before. So, but this one, again, I totally forgot that I purchased it. And this is Annie Caraway Art, and they're the Fruit Slice cow plushies. Really cute. And I love cows. So, yeah, I don't know why I hadn't printed it and why I haven't made any of these up until this point. So, that one as well. Annie Caraway Art is obviously, I think, the OG of the designer of the loaf cat patterns. I do actually have that one as well, and I have made one before, but I would like to make even more. Now this is another one. This is, I want to say Plushy Co, I believe, but this squid has been around for some time as well, and I purchased this pattern a long time ago, but surprise, I have not made one, so I really do want to do that. This is not, yeah, even though this is what I'm showing you, there are so many more from even before that I have not made. So yeah, I know I'm not alone though. But anyway, the other one that I reprinted it. Now I have made one of these before, but I'm not sure what I've done with the pattern. So this is the biddy bag, the Reagan biddy bag by Pretty and Pate. And yeah, super gorgeous. Would be great little gifts for Christmas, and or if you sell at markets, Etsy store, whatever it may be. But I am determined to work through some of those patterns. So yeah, because otherwise it's just such a waste of money, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, that is probably it for this week. It has been, as I said, it's been a busy week, but enjoyable at the same time. It's kind of all about the plushies at the moment. But yeah, I do go through stages. I like mixing it up. Some people tend to stick to one area, and that's totally fine. I find that I like the variety. So yeah, anyway, there you go. If you have managed to stick around, please leave me some kind of emoji. You choose, whatever, I don't mind. But thank you for being here, and hopefully by the time this video is posted, where we will be even closer to that 2K. Yeah, which is insane. But anyway, I really do appreciate all of you, and thanks for being here. I will see you in either Thursday night's video for our Year of Granny Squares Cal, or next Sunday, unless something else comes up in the meantime. Hope you all have had a great weekend, and I hope you all have a great week ahead. So I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now.